So hello everyone, we are going to start with the lab for week 4. In this lab we are going to solve the questions based on polymorphism and abstract classes which we have covered this week. So first of all we will cover a few questions on polymorphism and then I will start with the abstract classes. So here we go. The first question given in this exercise is create a class bag. The first question is solved for you. Second question I'll be solving for you. Create a class bag and include the instance variables, string variable and the name is brand, color is also a variable, string type and double variable, weight, and you need to include the following methods also: parameterized constructor and describe method. So let's check how it is created. Class bag, 2 string variables, brand and color, and 1 double variable which is weight. Then we have to create the parameterized constructor, assign the variables, and then describe method. We need to print the value of the variables. You can print it any way you want. Alright, next is create a class travel bag from the bag class and include the following methods. You need to have the parameterized constructor, cost method. So in cost method you are going to calculate the price of the bag and display the information, and describe method you are going to override it. So how to calculate the price? Weight of the bag multiplied by 0.30 reals. Alright, so let's look at the travel bag method. Class travel bag extends bag. We have a parameterized constructor over here. So we will take all the 3 parameters. It does not have any instance variable. So all the 3 variables from the superclass we are going to call it by using the keyword super. Then cost method, we are going to multiply weight with 0.30, and describe method, this method will override the parent class method. Then the last class is computer bag, derived from the bag class. Again it has parameterized constructor, no instance variable, and we are going to calculate the price of the bag by multiplying the weight with 0.50. And in the last we have to create a test class to describe about travel bag and computer bag. Alright, so here is the computer bag, and we have the parameterized constructor. We have the cost method, and then we have the describe method. Now we are going to create the main class. And over here what we have done, we have the inheritances. I have a class bag. Travel bag is derived from bag, computer bag is derived from bag. So travel bag, I have created a object of this and passed the parameters. Similarly for the computer bag. Now a.describe will call the describe method of the travel bag class, and p.describe will call the methods of the computer bag class. This is normal, we do it. Now for showing the polymorphism at work, so what we have done over here, we have upcasted, we have casted the child class variable as a parent class. A is a reference variable of the child class, so it is casted as a parent class which is bag. Now b.describe, it will call the describe method of the travel bag. Now b is equals to p, so p is an object of the computer bag which is a child class of the bag. Now when we call b.describe, it will call the describe method of the computer bag class. So this is the polymorphism. Alright, now let's start doing the second question. Create a class house allot. So let's start it. Alright. So the file name is, let me choose the path first. So the file name is house allot. So let's check what we have to do in this. Include the following method to the class: square feet method, and it should display square feet depends upon LIG, MIG and HIG. It will just display this method. Public class house allot. So it has just one method which is square feet. public void square feet and system.out.println. What we need to print, let me just check it. I can copy from here. This is the message we need to display over here. So that's it. Alright, now we have another class which is derive a class lig from the house allot. Alright, so we have a class called lig. Public class lig extends house allot. So what I need to have over here, I think the square feet method, and I will display this so I can just copy it. And what do I need to display? Only this message, lig is equals to 3 cent. Alright, so I am done with this. Now I will have a class mig and it extends from the main class mig. So similarly mig, I can copy the full code from here and I will just display over here mig, and here let me check what's the message. mig square feet is 5 cent, so just 5 cent. Alright, last one is hig. Again it extends from the house allot. Alright, so I will just copy and I will just change. So hig is how much? Let's check what's the message we need to display. 8 cent. 8 cent. Now we need to create the test class. Let's check. Write the test class and invoke the methods in the base class, runtime object of lig, runtime object of mig, runtime object of lig. Alright, we need to create a runtime object. So I will create test house allot. Public class test house allot, public static void main, alright. Next let me just create the first of all house allot h is equals to new house allot. I will create the runtime object also for this, or let's just create the runtime object for the classes. For the classes, alright, lig l is equals to new lig. I'll create the runtime objects and hi, because it will confuse. Now all these classes, they have the square allot method dot out dot println. This is a message I want to display. Calling methods of each class. Okay, alright, let's just check what's the type of output. So it is just displaying square feet depends upon LIG, MIG, HIG. Alright, so H dot square feet, it will display the square feet method of the house allot method. Then H is equals to L. Now it will display the square feet method of the LIG. Alright, now let me just write H is equals to M. So another child is casted as a parent. Now if I call this method, it will call the square feet method of the MIG. H is equals to HI, and I call this method, it will print the it will call the square feet method of the HIG class. Alright, so let's check the output. This one was from my side, which I wrote over here, else the output is the same. So first of all, the square feet method of the house allot method, then LIG, MIG and HIG. So this was about the polymorphism. I think we don't have any other question for the polymorphism method, polymorphism chapter. Now let's start with abstract classes. Alright, so for the abstract classes, the first question is being done for you, and I will start from the second question. Create a class vehicle with two instance variable, and it has two instance variable, vName which is string type, vNumber which is integer type, and it has two abstract methods. So let's check the class public abstract class vehicle, because if the class has abstract methods, the class will be declared as abstract, and it has two instance variables. Next is write a class car for the class vehicle, which defines the body of the method get data and print data. Get data assigns the values to the instance variables, and print data displays the values of the instance variables. Alright, so here we have class car. Now here we will provide the implementation to the methods, to the abstract methods defined in the vehicle class. And then we write the main class and create an object of the child class and call the methods. So that was just a simple example. Now let's start with another example. Create a class called abstract class, ABS class, include two instance variables of type integer, namely num1 and num2. Let's start with this. Alright, so ABS class, so it says create a class and it has abstract method. Now if you see in the question, it's not given over here create an abstract class. Now when I read it, the question carefully, it says the method calculate is an abstract method. So if any class has any abstract method, then by default the class will be declared as abstract. So you may get a questions like this in your exam, create a class, but it's not mentioned in the question though that you have to create an abstract class. But when I read it, I find that it includes an abstract method, so now I have to create my class as an abstract. So read the question. Alright, so public abstract class ABS class. What do I need to have? I need to have two instance variables, int num1, num2. Then what I need to have? I need to include a concrete method, set method, and it should assign the passed values to the instance variables. So, and the method, if you see, the method takes two parameters of integer type. So public void set, and let me just write int a, int b, and it assigns the values. So num1 is equals to a, num2 is equals to b. Alright, then what do we have? We have a calculate method, which is an abstract method, and the return type of a method is defined, which is int. So public abstract int calculate. But this method does not takes any parameters according to the question. It does not takes any parameter. So this is our first class created. Let's compile it. Alright, done. Next is we create another class called addition derived from the ABS class. So I will create another class called addition. So public class addition extends ABS class, abstract class. Now I have to provide the implementation to the abstract method. Include an instance variable called sum. So it has an instance variable called sum, and the type is integer, int sum. Then define the abstract method of the base class and calculate the sum as the addition of instance variables. Alright. So let's check this. Alright, so this is the abstract method. I will define it in the child class. Alright, I will remove the semicolon and I will remove the keyword abstract. So what it should do, it should calculate the sum of two numbers. So define the calculate the sum as the addition of two instance variables. Alright, so it should calculate the sum as the addition of instance variables. We know we have two instance variables, num1 and num2. So sum is equals to num1 plus num2, and because it has a return type, so it should return sum. Alright, what's the next? Let's check. Int get. It's a get method, and it should calculate the sum as, it should return sum. It should return the same thing as the sum. Alright, let's do this method. Instead, I will like to, because we have already returned the sum from here, we have already returned the sum in the above method. Rather, what will I do? I will just cut it and make it void. Rather than it, instead of making it integer, I should make it void method, void get. And here what will I do? I will print the sum. I will print the sum over here. So instead of just returning the sum again, I will print the sum here. So public void get system.out.println the sum of two numbers is plus sum. let's just check. Alright, now I move ahead. We will create a test class, instance of the derived class, and we will call the appropriate methods. Alright, so test ABS class. This is my main class. So I will create an object of the child class. I have a child class addition. AD is equals to new addition. So first thing what I need to do is I need to assign some values to the instance variables. So for assigning the values to the instance variables, what will I do in the ABS class? I will call the set method. ad.set, let me just pass the two numbers as 2 and 4. Then I will call the calculate method and get method. ad.calculate and ad.get. Alright, let's just check it. Let's run it. So the sum of two numbers is 6. So this is how we can create an abstract class. An abstract class can have variables, it can have concrete methods, but there should be one method which should be abstract. That's why the class is abstract. So moving ahead, question number 3. Create a class card, include a recipient as instance variable of type string and include the method. Alright, so we have a class called card. I have a class called card. Public class card. So what should I have? String recipient. Let me check the spellings. Recipient. Then what should I have? Let's check. It should be type string, okay. And one method, abstract void greeting, because it's an abstract method. I must make my class as an abstract. So abstract, although it's not mentioned, but when I find that it's has abstract method, then I must include. Alright, public abstract void greeting. So this is the method, and abstract methods must end with a semicolon. So that was all about this class. Let's compile this class. Alright, it's okay. What's the another class? I have a class called birthday derived from greeting card. So I have a class called birthday public class birthday extends card. What should my class have now? Birthday class. Include a variable date and avenue. Include the following methods. Include the instance variable called wish and age, and include the following methods: birthday, and I must provide the abstract method. Alright, so two instance variables, wish and age. String wish, int age. Then what should I have? I must have a Method, birthday, that means it's a parameterized constructor. So I must have a constructor and I must assign the value of wish and age. Alright, so public birthday, string wish, int age. See, if you notice over here, it's not mentioned over here that it's a constructor. But how can you recognize if the method has the same name as the name of the class? That means it's a constructor, right? So this is how you have to think, you have to check, read the program carefully, because all the hints lie in the program itself. It's not given here that it's a constructor. This is how you can know it, that if it has the same name as the name of the class. Alright, so here we need to initialize the variables wish and age. So because my class variable, instance variable and local variable have the same name, so I have to use the keyword this dot age is equals to age. I have to provide the implementation to the abstract method and of the base class. I'll print age and birthday wishes. Alright, so this was the method. Okay, so I have to provide the implementation. I will first of all remove this keyword abstract. I will remove this semicolon. Now what do I need to do? I need to print age and birthday wishes. So system.out.println, I need to print the age and birthday wishes. So let me just print here age and let me just print here the wish. So let's copy it. Okay, I'll just pass the variable here wish. So I'm done with this class. Alright, next is wedding derived from card. Include a variable date and a venue, and then include a variable date and a venue. A venue must be string and a date must be integer. Alright, so wedding public class wedding extends card. So I have date and a venue, int date, string a venue, I need to have instance variables recipient, date and a venue. The recipient variable is from the class card. So again it's a constructor, public wedding, and string, what's it, string recipient, int date, string a venue. So I will initialize the variables here. This dot recipient this dot date is equals to date, and this dot a venue is equals to a venue. I have to override the method abstract. Recipient, I think here. Alright, let me just override the method abstract method. Okay, define the abstract method of the class to display date, venue and message to the recipient inviting to the wedding. So I will override that method. You can define the message in your own way also. So public void greeting. So what we need to print? To display date, venue and message to the recipient to the wedding. So I need to type the message and I have to invite the recipient. I can write in my own way, system.out.println dear recipient plus you can write in your own way, you are cordially invited on my wedding on, I will write the date plus date plus at, and here I will write the venue. You can customize your previous message also. So that's your programming skill. Alright, done. Now what we need to do? We need to create the test class, instance variable of birthday class and call the greeting methods. Alright, so let's just create a class called card tester. Public class card tester. So we will write the main method. Alright, so what we need to do, let's just check it. Instance of birthday class and wedding class and call the greeting method with the respective instances. Okay, so birthday B is equals to new birthday, and we need to pass because it's a it's a parameterized constructor. I will initialize over here happy birthday, and each is maybe 15, whatever you want to pass, any variable. Alright, then what I need to call? I need to call the greeting method, public void greeting, b dot greeting. Alright, so similarly I will create the object for the wedding class. Wedding W is equals to new wedding, sorry, so I have a recipient, date and a venue. So let me just pass over here. I have to pass all the three: recipient, maybe date is 30th, okay, because it's integer, and venue is Jubil. Now I need to call the greeting method also. Greeting method of the wedding will be called W dot greeting. We can customize this also. Let's just try to do it. So system.out.println today you have turned age. I will print over age here. So, and I will print a wish over here plus wish. You can print it in your own way as you want. Println. It's done. It's done. Let's check now the last class, which is the card tester. Let's run it. Today you have turned 15, so happy birthday dear, and this is how you can print it. You can adjust the spacings. So if you see over here, we created an abstract method called greeting, and we use the same method in the birthday class, in the wedding class, and we customize the greeting message according to the occasion. This is the beauty of the abstract classes. Alright, going ahead to the next question. So I'm going to do the last question, which is the third question. The fourth question will be done by you. Create a class called shape and abstract method as double area. So of course that means I need to make the class as abstract. So public abstract shape. I need to have a method double area. Let me just copy. So that means the method has a return type public abstract double area. So it has a return type. That's it. This is what the class has. No instance variables, nothing. Okay, I forgot the keyword class here. Alright, next is create an ABS class derived from shape, and it have two instance variables. Alright, I will make another class name because I already have the same class. ABS class 1 maybe. Public class ABS class 1 extends shape. And what do I have? I have two instance variables here. I have two instance variables here, L and B, which are of type integer. Int L comma B. I need to override the method, abstract method, calculate and return the area of the shape, which is the product of the instance variables. So let me just copy the method from the shape class to avoid any mistakes. So we need to calculate the area as a product of two numbers which we have provided. Calculate and return the area for the shape is the product of instance variables. Alright. So int AR is equals to L multiplied by B. Return AR. I must give over here double return type because it will give me an error. Return AR. So I have overridden the method. Alright. So display method, I have to print the values of the instance variables and area of the shape class. So I have to print display method public void display system.out.println. I'm going to print the value of the instance variables. The value of, let me just write, the length is plus length. I can give a gap also. And the breadth is, sorry, the variable name is L. I don't have any variable called length. And the breadth is plus B. So done. Alright, I have to print the area also. System.out.print. I can print it in one line also. The area is, please check the output also if it is mentioned in the question. Okay, because I have defined over here, this is a local variable, I can call the area method. Because the error was because AR is a local variable, that's why I got an error. Now the test class to call the appropriate methods and make an instance of the child class. Alright, so I have a main class. I give it a name test shape. Alright, so I will create an instance of the class ABS class 1, ABS class 1, AB is equals to new ABS class 1. I think there was no parameterized constructor. Alright, so I will call the area method and then I will call the display method. I can just call the display method. But if you notice, there is one problem. Even if I call, it will not give me any error, but it won't print anything. Let me just explain you what's the error over. It's not the error actually, it's some missing code. ab.display, it won't print anything because we have not provided any value for the length and breadth. There is no error, but I won't get any output. It will give me 0 because I have not provided any value for the length and the breadth. So what I can do, I can create a parameterized constructor over here. So if you encounter such type of questions, better to create a parameterized constructor over here, or use the scanner class to take the value of length and breadth. So this is actually an open-ended question, open-ended type of question where you can give your own values in your own way. Int b. So I can create a parameterized constructor over here, although it's not mentioned. But I just explained you what was the problem in this code. So this was the problem in the code. Now it will give me. The problem is I used a semicolon here. Done. So I go to the test shape class. It will not compile because it has a parameterized constructor. Let's just check it. So my answer should be, area should be 12. 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. Let's check the answer. Okay, let me just compile it once more. Okay. So length is 3, breadth is 4, and the area is 12. So now you have seen that if there is sometimes missing information, how can you deal with it? Alright, so the last question is, create a class person, include instance variables, two parameterized constructor, then it has a work method and two string method. Then there is a class employee derived from person, two instance variables, parameterized constructor, implement the abstract method and the two string method. And then you have the main class and call the appropriate methods. Your output should be like this. You need to do this program by yourself, and if you have any concerns regarding this program, kindly raise your concerns in the live class. So thank you so much. I end up my lecture over here now.